Hey guys, Odin here. Hey guys, Odin here. Well, today I'm going to explain all my bad memories that I have ever had in my life experience and just my entire life. It first started off when I was born. Just kidding. No, it didn't. Well, my first bad memory that I honestly remember is when I was a 4-year-old at this private school. It was during recess time, and well, I was a hyper kid as a child. I'm not hyper right now, honestly. Well, as a child, I always ran around and like climbed through things and went through things. Well, one day we were playing tag, and there was these like cement holes right here, like cement tunnels. And what we usually did was we usually ran through them. Well, for my age, I was actually super tall, and well, I was playing tag one day, and that's when things went wrong. Chasing a couple friends into the tunnel, I ran straight into the tunnel, and I didn't duck low enough, and I hit like this part right here, it was like, and I hit right there, and well, I kind of cracked my head open. And as I cracked my head open, I was freaking out, and my teacher came over to me and was like freaking out, like her eyes was like really dilated, and I was like, and that made me freak out more because I thought it was a really bad thing. So my head was kind of like indented, sort of, and my teacher was just like opening up the wound, which hurt even more because she was like opening crazy more. And when she says, "Oh dear Lord, what is that?" and that made me freak out even more because I didn't know what was happening. And she told me, "Go to the office, your dad will be waiting for there." And as a child, I wasn't always the best student. I was kind of a troublemaker. So when she told me to go to the front office, go to the principal's office, I started bursting out of tears. I didn't want to get in trouble on what I just did. And she said, no, it's all good. And then I fainted. Next thing I remember was waking up in a hospital room, and my mom was beside me, and she had McDonald's, like a toy, and I was playing with a toy, and I remember the doctor coming in, and he told me I needed staples, which I was 4 years old. I didn't know what staples meant. So as he explained to me what staples were, that made me freak out. And as I was freaking out, he showed me the staple gun that he was gonna staple my head back together. And you'll think that, oh, it'll be a normal staple gun like they use for head. No, like it looked like a construction staple gun that they go to like house to house and to the thing, like, you know. And the worst part of that part was I was awake the entire time when he put in the staples, and I was a 4-year-old kid with a very high-pitched voice, and let's just say that dogs couldn't even hear me. I screamed so loud. And so, well, after that, I had the staples in for 4 weeks, for about a month, and then he had to take them out. And as he took them out, it was even worse because it was like engaged into my head, like it kind of, my skin like surrounded it and like morphed it into my skin. And as he ripped it out, it tore off some of my skin off my scalp, and that's why I always have poofy long hair that's covered in scars. Like it's right here, right here, right here, and right here. Alright, and last, I'm gonna tell you one more horrible story that happened to me 7th grade year. It was around Easter's time, and roughly around that time, we were taking the tax test, or the STAR now. And for some that are confused, in Texas, we had to take this like test where it's basically like an end of course test. So the night before, I was at my grandma's house, and she gave each one of my family members a chocolate bunny with caramel in it. And well, I was pretty fat as a kid, so I had like 4, but they were like really, really big. And I ate 4 of them, and I didn't feel bad at all. Well, the next morning as I went to school, I wasn't feeling so great. I was kind of feeling dizzy, kind of woozy a little bit. And so we went into our classes, and this was a whole new teacher. I didn't know her at all. I like talked to her a couple, and she was friends with my mom. My mom was a teacher. And so as we took a test, I was like, Miss, can I go to the restroom real quick? And she's like, sure, why not, Don? So after that, I went to the restroom about 5 more times during a 30-minute period. And I was taking my test, and I realized, no, this isn't happening right now. And I felt the vomit come up my throat. I was like, no, 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 no. No. And I was like, oh crap, what am I gonna do in my mind? And so I covered it right here. And as I covered it, I puked to my mouth. And like the liquid like squirted between my fingers everywhere. And I was like, oh crap, this is what's gonna happen. And all on the wall, all on my test, and all on the guy in front of me. And I remember my best friend was sitting right behind me, and he just ran off like freaking out because it was so quiet, and that just came out of nowhere. And so I left that day, and I didn't come back for another week because apparently I was food poisoned by the chocolate bunnies. And so the day I came back, they had a nickname for me. And oh my god, I've been called names my entire life, fat, chubby, you can name it. But this was kind of the worst one of all. They called me the sprinkler. I know it doesn't sound big, but the sprinkler was pretty bad for me because that was pretty bad compared to me. And I remember it was just horrible. I felt so bad for the teacher. Haven't talked to her since, and I always try to like, because my teacher was right next to, she was right next to my English teacher, and I always had to try to not go to, like, not see her, not contact with her at all, because I was afraid she was gonna bring it up. And so basically I just sort of like maneuver my way around my 7th grade year without seeing that teacher. Well, thank you guys for watching this embarrassing video of mine. Thank y'all guys for the view, and hope y'all guys subscribe. Thanks for watching.